Hello and welcome to the session again today. So we had been speaking about foundation course. I spoke about grammar in detail over the last week, and I'm hoping that you went through some of the learnings and you're practicing. What we're going to do today is we're going to speak about vocabulary. Now, to give you the details of this program, it is part of semester 2. The foundation course number is 4, which is mainly communication and soft skills. So foundation course 4 will be about communication and soft skills. Unit 1 is vocabulary building. Now unit 3, 4 is about grammar, but I spoke about grammar first because I wanted to ensure you learn grammar first, because that will help you with vocabulary. Because when you pick a word, you would know which word to use where. That's the main reason I finished grammar first. All right. Now let's begin. Let's understand what vocabulary is. Vocabulary is one of the 4 foundations of communication, the 4 pillars of communication or foundation of communication. One is pronunciation, the second one is grammar, the third one is vocabulary, and the fourth one is fluency. Now let's quickly understand what do we mean by these pillars. When I talk about pronunciation, I'm talking about basically the sounds, and the reason it is important because the way the language is built, the way the word has been spelled and written in terms of syllable stress, you have to ensure you're pronouncing the same way. Now if you make a mistake in terms of pronunciation, it can lead to a change in the meaning of the word. I'm going to give you some examples. Yes, I'm going to speak about vocabulary today, but I want to tell you what is the importance of a perfect pronunciation. All right. So let me write a couple of words for you. Okay. I'm going to zoom this. I'm going to expand the font size so that it's easier for you to see it. All right. So we have 2 different words here. The first one is cat, the second one is city, right? Now, if I have to break the first word, I can actually break it as, it starts with the k sound, then you have the a sound, and then you have the t sound. If I have to break the second one, it starts with the s sound, then you have the e sound, you have the t sound, city. So we have an elongated e. So if you pay attention, the first letter in both the words starts with the letter C, but the pronunciation is different. One starts with the k sound, cat, the other one starts with a s sound, city. We don't say sat and kitty. If we have to say kitty, my spelling will change, Kitty. All right. And if I say sat, my spelling will change, sat, which is a past tense of sit, which means even though my letters are the same, the pronunciation is different. Another example, why you need to pay attention to pronunciation. There is a O sound and there is O sound. O sound, for example, cold. O sound, for example, awesome. Now some people have a problem where they replace the O sound with O sound. So if I have a word which is O sound, which is coast, and I have a O sound which is cost, if you have a person who makes mistakes in terms of interchanging the pronunciation, he will say Vizag has a nice cost. So instead of saying coast, he will say cost. Now this is in terms of oral communication. So it will sound like, basically he wants to say coast, but he's pronouncing it as cost. Or he will say, what is, or he will ask rather, what is the cost of the pen? Now, COAST is cost, he's pronouncing it as cost, but actually the pronunciation is cost. When I say cost, the spelling is different. Alright? A lot of people end up adding the, just a moment, the sh sound after sir. Say for example, if I have student, they don't pronounce this as student, they say sh, student. Okay? If I have a word which is state, they end up saying state. Now this is incorrect. That's why we say pronunciation is very important, because it can change the meaning. Then we looked at grammar. Grammar is a set of structures, set of systems, set of rules that you need to follow in any language. Now we will talk about vocabulary. Now, why should I speak about vocabulary? What is the importance of vocabulary? That is what I will cover in this session. Then I will do it in detail in terms of prefix and suffix, which I will do in the next session. But right now, I want to speak about the importance of vocabulary. Vocabulary basically means the number of words you have in your word bank. Vocabulary means the number of substitute words you have for one word. That is part 1. Part 2 is knowing which word to use at what point of time. We end up using the same word again and again, regardless what is the context. The word may have similar sounding words or similar meaning words, similar meaning words, but it's applicable only in certain context. If I have to give you an example, the best example I can think of is expire. Okay, let me quickly type that for you. Expire. Now, a lot of people say, now use the word incorrectly. My grandparents expired 3 years ago. Okay. Now the word expire is applicable only in certain cases. When should I use the word expire? Expire is used when it's an object, when it's a product. For example, a medicine. Every medicine will have an expiry date. For example, a milk packet. A milk packet, obviously it's not good to use after 4 days. So obviously it has a best before date or expiry date. Human beings don't have an expiry date. Can you put an expiry date on any person? Definitely not. So there is a different word you need to use. What should you use? My grandparents passed away 3 years ago. So passed away is the correct form, or died is the correct form. Expire is incorrect. Another example is back. I met him 5 years back. A lot of people use this form. Another example is long back I had informed you about new car. Okay, I met him 5 years back. Long back I had informed you about my new car. I came 5 minutes back. All these are incorrect. What do we mean by back? Back is a preposition in physical form. Say for example, I have this object. This is my phone screen. You can see it shining a little bit. Yeah. Now what is on the back of my phone? Nothing. So that's why they say the back camera or rear camera. So back means the physically on the other side. It doesn't mean in terms of time. In terms of time, you are supposed to use the word ago. I met him 5 years ago. Long ago, I had informed you about my new car. Now, a lot of people think ago means once upon a time, long, long ago, if it's a very long time. Not necessarily. Even if it's 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, it is still ago. So, the last sentence, I came here 2 minutes ago. It will always be ago. So, don't make a mistake there. It's not back, it's ago. Another example. Duplicate versus fake. Okay. When should we use duplicate? When should we use fake? The best example I can think of in terms of coding this, I'm just trying to grab something here. Okay, ready. Say for example, you have your bike and you're going to the college. You went to the college by bike. While returning, you realize that you lost your keys. So what do you say? That don't worry, I will go home and get a what key? Duplicate key. So if I have a key, if I have lost this key, I can go and grab a duplicate key. Imagine I go to a shop and I give 100 rupees to the person and I say, please give me 5 bottles of water, which is 20 rupees each. He takes the currency, looks it against the light, he checks thoroughly and he says, sorry, I cannot take it. Why can't you take it? He says, it's a duplicate note. Now, 5 minutes ago, the same person said, I'm going to use a duplicate key. When a duplicate key works on your bike, likewise, a duplicate currency should also work. Why it's not working? Because I'm using a wrong word. This is not a duplicate currency. It's not even a fake currency. The proper word is counterfeit. Okay. Let me check if my spelling is right. Yes. So counterfeit, C-O-U-N-T-E-R-F-E-I-T. Now counterfeit is the word I will use for currencies. I will use fake for documents. If I have a document, for example, let me quickly type. In this case, this particular sentence is fine. I was given a fake certificate. I got a duplicate key done. All these are appropriate because I'm using the right form of the word. I got a duplicate key done. I was given a fake certificate. The ATM dispensed counterfeit currency. Now, I cannot use the word fake or duplicate when it comes to currency. All right. So these are the understanding that you need to have. Maybe these words are a little complex, but one word which everybody uses and makes some mistakes, is compulsory. For every aspect, for every context, people use the word compulsory. Will the bus come? Compulsory it will come. Is the doctor coming today? Compulsory he is coming. Do I have to study mathematics and science? Compulsory you have to study. No, it's not compulsory, it's mandatory. So we have words like mandatory, surely, definitely. But instead of using these three, everybody ends up using compulsory. Now compulsory is something when you are compelled, means you have been forced. What do you mean by mandatory? When it's a mandate. When should you say surely? When you are certain about it. When something is definite. Definitely when something is definite. So I do not really understand which word to use where, but I'm using the same word over and over and again. That is what is a problem. Okay. Another there could be tons of examples. For example, release, discharge. The prisoner has been released. The patient has been discharged. So the word release is used for a prison and the discharge word is used for a hospital. So you need to understand which word is used in what context. You cannot use the same word in every context. That is one aspect of vocabulary. How do you build on vocabulary? Now the problem that people face in terms of vocabulary is its lack of word bank. They do not really know any other words that you can use. Lack of synonyms, they do not know the similar words and the application of these similar words. It happens because of lack of reading and writing practice and comprehension of common words. There are so many words around us, people hear it but they don't know the meaning of it. When I was going to a lot of colleges for lectures, I was asking just one question: what is the meaning of Oracle? And everybody said it's a database, it's the name of a company. But Oracle has a meaning, it's a voice from the sky. Then I asked what is the meaning of cognizant, and they said it's the name of a company. Cognizant means being aware. So we have a lot of words around us, but we do not know the meaning. We know the meaning of certain words, we know what to say, but we don't know how to say it because we don't know exactly what word to be used. And then when we end up using a wrong word in these places. So how do we improve? What do we do to improve our vocabulary? Step number one, read regularly. Have the habit of reading a lot. Even reading a newspaper can help you build on vocabulary. Listen to a lot of lectures, listen to a lot of people, watch programs which is in English. Make use of dictionary and thesaurus. We do not really use thesaurus and dictionary anymore. In school days we used to use. The best way to use a dictionary and thesaurus, dictionary is a book which gives you the meaning of the word. Thesaurus is a book which gives you the similar words, synonyms. The best way is read a paragraph, underline the words that you do not understand, go to the dictionary, find the meaning of it, go to the thesaurus, find similar words, and then also find the meanings of them. Just one word. Now start using that word in different sentences. Write those sentences, speak, use those sentences in your speech. Speak to people in general in English, and that's how you will improve. Alright? Learn a word every day. Imagine if you learn 2 words a day, you will end up learning almost 60 words a month. So it will help you with comprehension, the understanding the context of it, and when to use, what is the usage, and start writing more often. We do not have the habit of writing, so start writing more. Okay. Now before we go forward, let's have a quick exercise to check our level of understanding and knowledge. So you have certain questions here with blank spaces. You need to fill the blank space with one of the options. Alright. First one, hardness is a dash of steel. Now most of the words may have a similar meaning, but you need to understand which word will fit in this particular context. Alright. So look at the entire question stem, understand the context, and then answer. Hardness is a dash of steel. A property of steel, substance of steel, material of steel, structure of steel. Now steel is hard, steel is flexible, steel is strong. So one of the property of steel is hardness. So hardness is a property of steel. So option A is the correct answer. Question number 2. Foods such as bread and rice dash energy for the body. Control energy for the body, lose energy for the body, prevent energy for the body, provide energy for the body. Read the question again. Foods such as bread and rice dash energy for the body, control energy for the body, lose energy for the body, prevent energy for the body, and provide energy for the body. Of course, the correct answer is option D. It provides energy for the body. Number 3, the tissues, organs, and systems of a body dash the living organism. The tissues, organs, and systems of a body dash the living organism. The tissues, organs, and system of a body consist of the living organism, constitute the living organism, contain the living organism, include the living organism. It cannot be consist of. If you say consist of, it means every tissue consists of a living organism. That means in tissue there are living organism, in organs there are living organism, and in systems there are living organism. That's not the fact. Contain also means the same. Include also pretty much means the same. The correct answer is B. Constitute the living organism means it makes the living organism, which means the living organism has tissues, organs, and systems. Alright, it's not the other way around. Question number 4. The door was so dashed that the X-ray machine would not go through it. Now, why is the X-ray machine not going through the door? Because the door is thin, the door is close, the door is minor, the door is narrow. Now, obviously the correct answer is not A. It cannot be thin. It is narrow. Narrow basically means the width of something. Alright. Thick and thin are in a different context. For example, the phone is very thin. I cannot say the phone is narrow. Narrow means something through which you can pass on. Alright. Just because the door is very narrow, the X-ray machine cannot go through it. Let's read the question again. The door was so narrow that the X-ray machine would not go through it. Question number 5. Before Muhammad repaired the engine, he dashed it carefully. Before Muhammad repaired the engine, he recognized it carefully, he examined it carefully, he saw it carefully, he cited it carefully. Read the question again. You will understand what should be the correct answer. Before Muhammad repaired the engine, he recognized it carefully, he examined it carefully, he saw it carefully, he cited it carefully. The correct answer is examined. Before anybody repairs something, they diagnose it, they examine the whole thing. Number 6. The upper part of leg is called the jaw, the scalp, the thigh, the ankle. The upper part of the leg is called, of course, option C, thigh. It's not the ankle. Ankle is the lower part. Question number 7. For good health, everyone needs dash exercise. Almost exercise, inadequate exercise, excessive exercise, sufficient exercise. Very simple question. Of course, the correct answer is D. For good health, everyone needs sufficient exercise. Number 8, in the alphabet, the letter B dash the letter A. Follows, ascends, precedes, comes. C is incorrect, it doesn't even make sense. Follows, ascends, precedes. The correct answer is follows. Why is it follows? So let me give you an example here. So I have A, oops, okay, let me change the style. And I have B. All right. Now, in terms of preposition, A is following B or B is following A? Think and give me the answer. Is A following B or is B following A? We always go left to right, that means B is following A. Whatever is before is called prefix. So this is before, and what is after is suffix. Though it's not completely applicable in this example, I'm just introducing a topic here. All right. Now in this case, I can say precede. So A is preceding B, which means B is following A. All right. So in the alphabet, the letter B follows the letter A. Number 9. Here you need to find out what is the meaning of the underlined word. The river has been seriously contaminated. What do you mean by contamination? You should all know the answer. The river has been seriously contaminated means the river has been seriously polluted. So option C is the correct answer. Number D. Oil dash friction between moving parts so that they can move more easily. It permits friction, reduces friction, releases friction, protects friction. And the correct answer is option B, reduces. The lubricant, the oil, it reduces friction between moving parts so that they can move more easily. Number 11. What do the experts forecast? Now you need to find the synonym of forecast. Forecast means to deny, to declare, to prefer, or to predict. So what do the experts forecast? Forecast means to deny, to declare, to prefer, to predict. Obviously the correct answer is predict. What is the prediction? What is the forecast? So D is the correct answer. The marking on a thermometer make a scale, extremes, a reading, a grid. What do we mean by grid? Now before that, let me tell you what do we mean by a scale. A scale is this, what you see here, like a ruler, that's a scale. What do we mean by grid? Oops, just a moment. So if I have certain tables here, and I'm drawing one more. This is a grid. It's not like properly aligned though. This is a grid. This is a scale. But the thermometer gives you a reading. Reading is the correct answer. The markings on a thermometer make a reading. What is the synonym of brief? What do we mean by synonym first of all? Synonym means similar words, or rather I will change it a bit. Words conveying similar meaning. That is what a synonym is all about. Okay, just a moment. There is another part of it. The opposite of synonym is antonym. What do we mean by antonym? Words conveying opposite meaning. So synonym means similar meaning, antonym means opposite meaning. Now let's look at these questions. Synonym of brief. Brief means limited, brief means small, brief means little, brief means short. Now the question is created to confuse you. You need to find the exact synonym of it. All of them may convey a similar meaning, but you need to find out the most accurate one. Alright. So the synonym of brief is option D, short. Short means brief. Number 14, synonym of embezzle. Misappropriate, balance, remunerate, clear. The correct answer is misappropriate. For example, a minister has been given 1 crore for the development of the constituency, but he used it for his personal purpose. So he misappropriated the funds, he embezzled the funds from the government. So the synonym of embezzle is misappropriate. Alright, 2 more questions. Synonym of August. What do we mean by August? Yes, it's a name of a month, but it also has a meaning. So August means common, August means ridiculous, August means dignified, August means petty. So think and tell me what should be the correct answer. The correct answer is option C, dignified. August means dignified. I invite you on the August occasion of the inauguration of our office. Okay, so that's how we use that word, August. Number 16, synonym of alert. Synonym of alert. Alert means energetic, observant, intelligent, watchful. Energetic, no. Observant, maybe. Intelligent, maybe. No, intelligent, of course, no. Watchful, maybe. So I have to choose between observant and watchful. Now observant basically means I am only observing, I am not doing anything about it. For example, please observe that kids are not walking out of the door, so I am just observing. But I am being alert means I am not even allowing anybody to come inside. So that is being watchful. Watchful means alert. So synonym of alert is option D, which is watchful. All right. 2 more questions. Synonym of reckless, reckless driving. So synonym of reckless means, the moment I said driving, you could figure the correct option is A, rash. The synonym of consequences. Consequences means results. It's not conclusion. So a lot of people mistake that with conclusion. No. Consequences means what are the consequences of not working hard, or what are the results of not working hard. So option A is the correct answer. Synonym of consequences is results. These are the last 2 questions, and next session I will talk about prefix suffix. Synonym of tolerant. What is the meaning or similar word of tolerant? Somebody who is like-minded, somebody who's open-minded, somebody who's close-minded, or somebody who's arrogant. Arrogant, no. Close-minded, no. Like-minded and open-minded. Tolerant means you tolerate a different opinion. That means you're open-minded. So option B is the correct answer, open-minded. The last question for today, synonym of abundant. Abundant means a lot, plenty. So option C is the correct answer for synonym of abundant. All right. So when it comes to vocabulary, the trick of good communication, the third pillar of communication, vocabulary, lies in usage of the words by knowing the words in which context you can use. I have met people who are good speakers, but they have a very limited vocabulary. They cannot expand on the thoughts. At the same time, I have met people who are not great speakers, but the vocabulary is amazing. They can use words which is absolutely appropriate in that particular context. Vocabulary doesn't mean you need to use very tough words which people don't understand. For example, I have excruciating pain on my shoulder. Instead of saying I have excruciating pain on my shoulder, I can say I have severe pain in my shoulder. Instead of the word severe, I am using the word excruciating. Now, excruciating is a word which is used in reference to pain. I know it, so I use it, but I may not use it everywhere. So when you have that kind of words in your word bank and you understand the context of it, definitely you can use it. I will give you the tricks how to work on vocabulary, how to build it. In terms of pronunciation, the important aspect that you need to keep in mind in terms of prefix and suffix, that is what I will cover in the next session. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you have questions, please do post on the YouTube link. I will take a look and provide you with the answer. Have a great day. Thank you.